And welcome back to the week of Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win we start the week off with Cameron Johnson asked the question: Who would win a fight? All for One from My Hero Academia versus Cars, particularly Ultimate Cars from the JoJo Bizarre Adventure series. Now, I am not very well versed. I've openly said that with JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, so I do have to go by the knowledge I have available to me, which fortunately comes from the JoJo Wiki, which I would imagine is pretty reliable, but who knows. But All for One is one of the first real quirk users of My Hero Academia. His quirk, All for One, allows him to take and hold and transfer quirks at will. That being said, it's given him quite the greed and power-hungry nature. He wants all the quirks, particularly one for all. In terms of all the quirks he has, though, it's really not known how many quirks he actually has. What we do speculate, though, is his body was not designed to hold that many quirks in him, so it's not likely that he can. What's the best way to put it? It's not likely that he can hold as many as we think. But the quirks we have seen include air walking, allowing him to walk on the air. Impact recoil, which allows energy and attacks to bounce back on the opponent. The air blast, I can't remember what that was called. What was it? He has a type of teleportation quirk. He has a sensory quirk that allows him to see heat. He has the search quirk. He does not have regeneration, sadly. But he has also, God knows how many other quirks under his belt that we're just frankly not aware of. He's old. I think he's even older than All Might. So he has a longevity type quirk as well, though not quite a true regeneration quirk. He's had a lot of years of experience. He's got a lot of years manipulating, so he knows what he's doing in that regard. Ultimately, though, he is still just human, and we haven't seen his full capabilities because My Hero's still going on. And Shigaraki's body isn't ready for him to take over yet. So, Cars is the leader of the Pillar Man and the designer of the Stone Mask. His goal is to evolve further to become immune to the sun's rays, and thus he seeks the Red Stone of Asia that powers his mask, battling the Ripple users for its possession. He is ranked the first among all Pillar Men. As the creator of the Stone Masks and vampires, meaning he's arguably the first vampire, Cars is one of the more influential characters in the series. His invention having far-reached repercussions for a number of major characters. His abilities include Light Mode or Brilliant Bone Blade. Cars' power is that of light. He's able to produce blade appendages from his arms and legs and use them to reflect binding light towards his enemies. The light comes from the teeny sharp teeth-like claws running from along the edge of the blade. Body manipulation. As with all Pillar Men, he has the same body manipulation capabilities shared by his companions. Once he becomes Ultimate Being Cars, his shape-shifting abilities are enhanced with access to the genetic code of all Earth's known life forms, along with reactive evolution. As a result, previous Pillar Men abilities like absorption become functionally obsolete. His ultimate form, Cars acquires many abilities. Biology manipulation is the ultimate life form. His body contains DNA of every organism to ever live on the planet. He can manipulate his entire body on a cellular level to gain the traits of any life form. He can even detach parts of himself and transform them into separate organisms that act independently of themselves, such as turning his hand to a flesh-eating squirrel or turning his feathers into armadillo scales, projectiles, morph into piranhas and octopus tentacles to bring down Joseph's plane. Flight, he has reactive evolution. He can alter his body to withstand extreme conditions, as seen when he evolves a continuous layer of inorganic phosphorus material to survive being submerged in lava. He has superhuman intelligence, super senses, super strength, regeneration, any wound in a short period of time, immortality. He is invincible, immortal, and nigh indestructible. He does not age, is self-sustaining, and is described as being more beautiful than the Greek sculpture. Additionally, his previous weakness is to UV light is now completely negated. Ripple. In ultimate form, he uses the Ripple, but at a level that is 100,000 times stronger than Joseph's. According to Storm, Cars' ripple is comparable to the intensity of the sun itself. It can literally melt and vaporize human flesh upon contact. After being amplified by the red stone, Cars could trigger a volcano to erupt. So yeah, this is not a character there's not a character that a lot of anime characters could beat. Like, let me put it this way: most anime characters, from my understand, from that I know of, would not be able to take this guy on. Hell, Goku would not be able to probably take this guy on. Although this guy's power doesn't seem to be at a universal level, like threat level, like he couldn't threaten the existence of the universe per se. If he were to go against someone who did have universal power and that said individual failed to kill him from the get, he could, in theory, gain that power or that level of power. Likewise, I'm like, for instance, I can think of very few people in My Hero Academia who have quirks that could possibly put this guy down. Eri, in the right context, you could erase his existence. Maybe Shigaraki, maybe. He'd have to hit his head first, and even then, it's a crapshoot whether that would work or not, because he can separate his body into different organic beings. So, like, just My Hero alone, I can't think of maybe Overhaul, maybe, but unlikely. Ultimately, yeah, this is not like, and because none of his abilities that Cars have are quirks. They don't mean anything ultimately in the long scheme of things. They don't. So in terms of his quirks, he can't steal anything off of Cars. So Cars really is kind of the beast in this fight, whereas All for One is just throwing everything he can at him and failing miserably. So yeah, my money goes for Ultimate Cars on this, but that is just my opinion. Maybe you think differently. Maybe you think Ultimate Cars does have a weakness that has not been exploited yet. Let me know in the comments below. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, want to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. Let's do a review of it at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. I'll be back later with another Who Would Win. Seeing as my schedule is a little different this week, I'm really only going to pre-record one video, so I'll have it up immediately afterwards. Also, just because it's hot, I like to just relax. So, yeah, I'm just going to pre-record one Who Would Win, and I'll just say the land decor video for tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you later.